just give us a brief intro of your name, pronouns, and position you're running for.
Hi, I'm Kerseyleanne Catolos. I go by Leanne. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I'm running for chair.
All right. So, what is your vision for the future of KP?
My vision for the future of KP, I think it really comes down to three things. So the first thing I really want to focus on is building the board culture, because after all, if we're running the organization, I think it's really important that we start with a solid board that can lead the community with our own vision, and also like be able to take in other people's from the general body. I read a lot of books about company cultures, and it's very crucial in like creating a space that's healthy for everyone and for ourselves, because of course we want to be able to enter the space with like open hearts and like without like a heavy heart. Of course at times there will be, and just being able to like talk things out. So that's like number one. It's one of the main things. Building board culture is foundational. The second one is finding balance within the space, because we have the 5 pillars, which is social, political, academic, cultural, and empowerment. And I think it's very important to find balance within those 5 pillars, because there are at times where there will be people like feeling like they're not getting as much attention or recognition, or along those lines of just like being recognized within the space. And I think if we find balance with those, something I came up with recently, something I realized was only once the board members stop feeling the need to vocalize and advocate for their own pillars is when we know we've achieved balance, which can get like very polarizing at times, because if we're all trying to like advocate for our own pillars, it's good because we love passion, we need that, but at times it can get polarizing. So I think if we all start off with a mission statement for overall KP, and make our own like vision and mission statement for our own positions at the beginning of the year with all board, and of course like maybe do like breakout rooms for each board as well. I think it would be very beneficial, just so that we're all on the same page, and just so that we start off the year with just so we're all on the same page in the beginning of the year, because it will carry through. Momentum is real, especially with how fast-paced the core system is. It's really important that we know we're all here for each other, and we all know like we all want the best for KP at the end of the day. At times there will be like miscommunications, misunderstandings, but if we all have like that open line of communication, I believe that we'll have that mutual understanding, and like the sympathy that, oh, I'm talking to another human, we all go through things in our own personal lives. So that's the second thing, finding the balance. And then the last thing is finding purpose within the balance and within KP as a community and as ourselves as we grow. The reason why I love KP so much is because I just feel so believed in, and I believe in everyone else with like all my heart, and I just want everyone to succeed. And seeing everyone like go through college and just see the growth is truly like a special thing that I want to carry on and keep seeing, because to be believed in is such a special thing. And some people don't get that. Some people, or they just don't have it for a while, because let's say they're away from home and they don't get to talk to their family as much. I'm lucky that I am at home, so I have that, but some people don't. And just the community, sense of community is so special here, where like in any realm, like academic, personal, career-wise, I personally feel so supported, and I hope that more and more people feel that way when they enter KP. Even though I know that there's different experiences, I think if we maximize the time and our resources, we can spread that sense of like buy-a-neon sense of community within KP as the year goes by.
All right. Well, you talked about that balance. So what are your plans to ensure that all positions are involved in all pillars? And to kind of extend it, sometimes it appears as though positions under different pillars have to compete for resources and support. How do you intend to keep a balance and intersectional practice of the pillars?
Yeah, so like I said earlier, the main realization I had was, let me just repeat it. Once people stop needing to advocate for their own pillars is when we know we achieve balance. Because it sucks to see people feeling like they're not being recognized. So to avoid that, or at least prevent it, because it's only natural if we don't feel like we're getting recognition that we'll speak up, which we need. We need people to speak up when they're feeling certain types of things. So I would make sure that in the beginning of the year, we set a time to like talk out our visions, create a vision board or some sort of visual representation and like documentation of what we want to see in our own positions. And then we'll also make a general one for KP. Can you repeat the beginning of that question real quick, please?
What are your plans to ensure that all positions are involved in all pillars?
Okay, so like the intersectionalities of between each pillar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so one of the things that I really love to see is board support. So when we do have events, to see how we can combine the different pillars. It can look very different between each pillar, but just encouraging each other to like stay involved as much as they can or updated with other people's positions. I think that's a good starting point because it can get really easy to have tunnel vision once you have your own like duties as your own position. But if we like open up our eyes more and like truly like care about what other people are working on, like just getting excited for everyone else too, we can find like avenues of like connection between each pillar. Always opening up for innovation for events is also very key because I think it's really cool to see like new events or new ideas pop up, especially because KP has existed for a while, and being here for the past 3 years, like seeing the traditions staying true to the tradition while also being open to like innovative ideas is very helpful. So if we implement like board one-to-ones that people can like come up with ideas of how they can collaborate between each position, I think would be a really good idea.
Great. It is 6:09, you have about 6 minutes.
Okay.
So as an exec, how do you enforce strictness and consequences in the event your fellow board members are not meeting expectations?
Yes. So repeat the beginning.
As an exec, how do you enforce strictness and consequences in the event your fellow board members are not meeting expectations?
Okay. So I think when it comes to accountability, I think it's best to just be completely transparent and communicative of what that you expect of each other. So in the event that I don't see, let's say somebody is like not on track to meet a deadline, I would like either text them or call them or whatever way is like best way to reach them, and like let them know like personally like, hey, we really need this done. If you need help, let us know because we're here to help. But otherwise, like, do you think it's possible to get this done? And like just making sure that they have everything they need to be successful, and it isn't like anything beyond. If they're going through anything personally, like of course, like just tell us, and just communicate, not just to me, but like also with the vice chairs, because if we don't know what's going on, we can't really help you. And I think that's really important to understand, especially when you're working with so many people, like a board of about like more than 15. So just making sure that we have a clear path of like completing those tasks and events.
Great. Many new programs have been started or revived. As chair, you are in charge of overseeing various programs. How do you plan to expand or promote such programs?
Expand and promote the programs, like any of the events going on.
Yeah, and like anything new, like web dev.
Okay. So when it comes to like promoting and like making sure people know what's going on, like you said, like web dev, I'm really excited to see what the finished product is with the website, because it would really help with promoting like those events and programs. Just so I completely understand the question, can you say it one more time, please?
Many new programs have been started or revived. As chair, you are in charge of overseeing various programs. How do you plan to expand and promote such programs?
Okay, so like when we say like expand, I think I really like to see more people show up, of course. I think that's really hard to do at times when people get caught up as students, like even myself, within like our academics. So I think the best way to expand and promote them is through like a website and making sure people know how the events are lined up in relation to their schedule, because people, I think personally at least, I know what's going on, I think I would try to rearrange my schedule around things. So making sure that we are aware of what's going on and what events are available to us is crucial. And how we are having a website for the first time, like we've been pushing for it for a while, and like congrats and good job to this year for like making it happen. I think it would really promote what KP is all about in like one place where it's like very accessible to everyone. So making sure that information and those announcements are accessible to everyone would be a good way to expand and promote the events that are going on, because as long as we're being updated and like keeping our minds and hearts on KP, even through like the academic year going by.
Great. We are almost at time, so we're going to conclude your interview. Yeah.
Do you have questions for us?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think I just want to say thank you so much, and it's been really a great year, and I really enjoyed being like a normal GBMer to the board that y'all are leading. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Right.